Hey, Josh here, and welcome to the first ever video for this website. And I just want to start off with a confession. And that is, I had to delete dozens of videos I've already filmed because they were too polished. And I just want to speak from the heart in these videos, like I'm talking to a friend in a coffee shop. And right now I'm filming in a thunderstorm, and you might hear thunderbolts going, and you know what? It's okay. I'm just going to go with it. I might make mistakes, but I just want to be authentic in these videos. That's what I want it to be all about. And we're starting this series called Your Story. And it's all about getting the most out of this life. And I really want you to get into your 70s or 80s and be able to sit down with your grandkids and share with them stories about your life and who you shared it with, the adventures that you had and what you learned. Because life was meant to live a great story. And I really believe that you are the epic hero in the story of your life, and that you have so much power to make positive changes in your life. And any good story needs clarity. Do you ever go to the movie theater and you drop like $15 in a movie and you're sitting there going, where's this movie going? The plot is suffering. And I think life can be like that too. And you need clarity in your life. And you know what? You have to answer the 5 biggest questions in the story: the who, what, when, where, and why. And if you can answer those, it provides so much clarity and power to your life. And just to illustrate this for a second, did you ever have a really, really lousy job? One of my first jobs, I was a salad bar guy at a Golden Corral. And I remember sitting there one day and just thinking, what am I doing here? I was on break thinking, I'm making $4.75 an hour. This is a dead-end job. And I got up and started working behind the salad bar, and I looked out and I saw these families. And I started thinking to myself, you know what? I'm feeding families. I am feeding people's children. This is very important work. I'm doing a service to society. And maybe it was a delusion of grandeur, but just having the mindset of there's purpose to what I'm doing provided so much power to it. And you know what's funny to me is that our culture spends so much time focusing on how questions, not why questions. How questions. Here's how you make more money. Here's how you have better sex. Here's how you clear up your complexion. Here's how you climb the corporate ladder. Here's how you vote. And all these how things. There's nothing wrong with those, but it's not the deepest questions to life or your story. You have to answer the why questions, because that's where the power is in your life. And I remember hearing a story about Jerry Lewis, and when his marriage was suffering, he would go back in a private room and watch old videos of his wedding to remind himself why he got married. Because there was power in knowing why. And I just want to go a little deeper right now, like big picture, like Bill Nye the Science Guy, and share something with you. You ever think about this, how amazing it is that you and I are even here right now? I mean, we live in a universe that has billions of galaxies. And within those galaxies, there's billions of planets. And most of them are lifeless. And yet here we are on a planet that has the right gravity and temperature, and everything works together for our benefit. Water supply. We have brains that are so amazing. Like our brains, I don't care how smart you think you are, they have billions of neurons operating together like a supercomputer on only 20 watts of power. That's like half of a light bulb. Isn't that crazy? And your body is made up of tens of thousands of gigabytes of data stored up in your DNA, and it all works together. And I say all this because I really believe that somebody put thought into all this. Somebody put thought into you. And I really believe that God made you for a purpose. And that all the hardships and stuff you've experienced, it's going to do something in your life. You're going to do something with it. You were made for a purpose. And I really believe that purpose involves relationships and serving other people. And I've gotten so sidetracked from my purpose in life. And 2012 and 13 was 2 of the darkest years of my life. And it was in those moments that I recaptured my purpose to life. I was out for a walk one day. I used to take walks around my neighborhood just to clear my head. And I was in a walk one day just thinking about this stuff, about why. And I came to the conclusion, this is really goofy, it was my life sentence came to me, not death sentence or like prison thing. like my life sense about why I was made. And here it is. I was made to love and encourage people. And when I found that, completely changed my life. And the whole reason I'm doing Soul Grow is a outreaching and manifestation of that. And I promise you that if your life is struggling right now, or even if it's not, if you can find the why to your story and just come up with one sentence that defines your life, it'll provide so much power to your everyday living. And I can guarantee you that sentence involves helping people in some way. Because that's why we were created, to help and love each other. So that's my sense, to love and encourage people. I really encourage you today to define your story by one simple and clear message. What is that sentence that defines your life? Why were you made? And think about that. Tomorrow's lesson, I think, is going to encourage you even more. And that's the who part of your story. It's all about you and your value as a person. I really encourage you to come back and check it out. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.